Just from the top?
Yeah.
All right, who's ready to learn some stuff?
Hello and welcome to our wonderful show. We decided to try and stick with things more in a stream-specific sphere for the humble beginnings of the show.
And oh, what a show it's been. Like and subscribe.
And after you do that, I'm going to take you on a deep dive into what I do instead of using a static be right back screen, which most of you have seen what I do instead. And yes, of course, you could just display capture that video playing from a hard drive or from YouTube. But come on, let's tighten that up just a little bit, shall we?
Come on.
Hey, come on.
Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
Hey!
Huh?
We're doing the thing.
Oh, okay. Hello again, and welcome to the second time I've done this video about how to implement BRB videos on your channel, like I do on my channel. As you can see here, I'm hanging out down here in the video capture, but what I'm talking about is something like this. This is our own KB eating lunch. And as you can see in the bottom there, you can see that it's playing music as well, because it's a full-fledged video. And then you recognize this screen is where we always end up back at. So, first thing you're gonna need is a break clip. So we'll do the ASPCA one that everybody knows. I'll show you what that looks like here. So this is the one we're gonna mimic. So I can show you how it's actually done. And then, after that, I'll show you how you can use your Stream Deck with auto options to control it for you. Robots of the future. So, this is the video we're going to use. This is existing inside of a folder. First thing you're going to need to do is create a scene to hold all these sources. Really big important thing is name your scene. Follow some sort of naming construct. I use BRB, as you can see here. BRB, some sort of name to indicate to me like what it is. And then if there's more than one, that's the number afterwards. So as you can see, I already did ASPCA, so we'll do ASPCA 2. Done. Now your scene is created. First thing after creating this, make sure you name it. Always name it. You see how many I got? If I didn't name them, wouldn't know what was going on ever. Once you got it set up properly and named properly, go ahead and add your usuals. Color box. Always add chat box to most of these things because I like to see people talking shit about it while I'm like not in the room. So leave a chat box up. You don't really need to if you don't want to, but make sure you like put it somewhere proper for your video. So the next thing you're gonna add is a media source, and then these are all the ones that I have added previously. It keeps them all in this big list. You're gonna add a new one. Make sure this is under that naming convention as well, because this will be associated with this, and it's just easier to have them linked up like that. You'll add that in and drop it below the other two so that the chat box and alert box operate on top of it as per the usual. Then we'll jump into the properties. Go ahead and browse for our folder, our file rather. It's already there. Done. Local file needs to be checked if this box isn't here. Make sure you check it so it restarts playback when the source becomes active. That's because the Stream Deck is going to turn the scene on, and then turn it off. If it continued to play after it was turned off, and the next time I hit the button, it would start like halfway through or something, you know? Just make sure that it starts at the beginning. And then show nothing when it ends, because then it'll cut to black as your screen is fading back to BRB, which is what I use as my go back to. Even if I'm already sitting back at the computer, it'll fade to be right back. But everything else in here should be okay. So that checks us out. This is already sized for me because I think it already exists, so I did that. So most of the time when you have these, it'll kind of look like this when you first get it in there. Super easy. Fix. Don't even have to move it. Just fit it to the screen. Just like that. Under transformation, fit to screen. Next thing we'll do is run you through how to link it through the Stream Deck. Bring up your Stream Deck operating software. Bam. As you can see, I have a whole section here dedicated to these things. Let's see, here's a good place to put this. This already exists. We'll just look at that, I guess. So name it, obviously. Name it. It's very important to name it. It's got to be named. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. You're gonna be lost. All these things won't make any sense. So, got this BRB ASPCA2. What you're gonna do is right-click, create a multiple action, which is what this is. But it's already created, so I'm not gonna make another one. Open that up, and you'll have a big list of things here that you can use this tray on the side to add to. First thing you're gonna do is go to the Streamlabs OBS tray, right there. You're gonna grab a scene, drag the scene over here, and that's gonna activate your BRB scenes. As soon as you press the button, it's going to cut to your BRB scene. Bam. Then after that, you can add a little bit of a delay. I like 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 milliseconds is usually what I use. Another important distinction for me to make, as you can see here, I have on pretty much everything mic, desktop, and Discord. I used Bistric help me. Bistric helped me to set up voice meter. So I was able to separate out my mic, my desktop sounds, and my Discord sounds so they can all be adjusted on the fly independently, etc., to help with stream. But that means, for example, while this video is playing, you don't want to be able to hear people talking to my Discord, or gunshots being fired on my desktop, or me talking through my mic if I'm back. But I don't have to use my mic through Streamlabs anymore because we got a preamp hooked up, and I can now use it through the ATEM control software. So this is that mic controlled here. It's ignored now in Streamlabs. You'll still see the source for it, but I don't use it. It's muted all the time. I say all that to explain why I'm going to do this. So these two, this is Streamlabs OBS mixer audio option. Throw 2 of those in there, or however many things you need to mute during the video playing. I've got 2 because I don't use the mic on Streamlabs anymore. Desktop, well, they're both set to desktop. Desktop and Discord, done. Set this to deactivate. Boom, boom. It'll just turn those off. Next thing, you're going to switch to that scene that we made earlier, the ASPCA2. Easy, easy cheesy. Find it in the list, switch to that. Then, you're going to use that file. Probably not the easiest way to do this, but this is how I do it. Properties. This video is 2 minutes and 4 seconds. You're going to type 2 minutes, 4 seconds, and milliseconds. Boom, and I'll just convert it for you. 12,000. Well, 124,000. That's what I meant. Boom, it's right there. Add that in. This will delay your Stream Deck's next action until your video is over. It should end right as your video ends. If not, add a couple of milliseconds to it and it'll be fine. Just fine tune it. Then add your 2 mixer audios to reactivate the things you deactivated earlier. And then I have it switch back to be right back in case I'm not back at my computer by the time the video ends. It'll still be sitting there when I sit back down. And so that's that. Now when you mash this button, it's already on be right back. But you'll see all these audios mute. The video starts playing. It'll go all the way to the end and then it'll cut back to BRB. And boom, cuts back. Everything's unmuted again. We're back at BRB. Game on, motherfucker. And that is how you do that. Soup's easy. You can do it yourself. Hardest part is coming up with ideas to film, I suppose. The last thing to do, make sure you do this, is test. Test. Every time. Especially like when you turn your computer back on and just like come back to stream for the next day, test it again. Because it probably doesn't work. And if it doesn't, and you find out on stream, that's way worse than if you found out before stream. So that's my last step. Test. And that's how we do the thing. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow, ring the bell. Come watch me on Twitch, Corner Logo Lobo. And I'll show you these things in action and how cool it looks when they happen in real life. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, bro. Kind of forgot to turn and look at this camera a lot during this. I'm gonna add a couple extras in there, I guess. Now, I'm gonna show you how to configure it on the Stream Deck. Give me that Stream Deck.